What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Big Mike with BZ Cooks. So in today's episode, guys, I'm going to show you how to make the perfect steak. It's summertime. We're getting towards the end of summer, and I would cook outside, but it's Africa hot. And I do mean Africa hot out here where I live. So we're going to cook all of this indoors. The perfect steak. Stay tuned. It is hot out here, man. For science. For science. For science. All right, guys. So welcome back to the channel. Like we said, hey, before we get started, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to share this video with all your friends and family if you like the content, of course. All right, so as I said before, we're gonna make the perfect steak today. So it's summertime, and I was gonna take this steak outside to finish it, okay? Because we're gonna be doing a reverse sear, but it is so hot. It's so hot today, and I just don't wanna go outside and sweat this out, okay? So we've got a tomahawk steak today, all right? Nice big tomahawk ribeye. Preferably, if you're gonna cook a steak like this, you wanna have it with some type of thickness, at least 1.5 inches. Today, this has gotta be probably 2 inches thick, maybe 2.5, but you know, tomahawk steaks are really thick. So the first thing we wanna do is you wanna get your meat up to room temperature, and we're gonna season it. So let's get some good seasoning on this while it's at room temperature. You're just gonna use salt and pepper, and we wanna get all sides of the meat. Get it nice and seasoned generously, okay? All right, so the reason why we're gonna be reverse searing is because it's just gonna give you a better cook. As you can see in the chart here, on our left side, you got the one steak that's cooked traditionally, how you would cook a steak, where you take it, you put it in the pan, and you cook it at a high heat on one side, and get it to a certain temperature. As you can see from the inside of the steak, you've got that part that's cooked to a certain temperature, medium rare, but up towards the surface, you've got more of the steak that is close to being almost well done or medium well, okay? The goal is to get as much of your steak from the middle to the surface to be medium rare, okay? On the other side, you'll see that's exactly what we're trying to achieve with using this reverse sear method, all right? So I'm gonna finish seasoning our steak. The first thing we're gonna do after we season this is we're gonna heat our oven to a low temperature. We're gonna stick it in the oven at a low temperature, all right? All right, we're getting most of this seasoning. Make sure you get all of your edges, okay? We want this thing to be seasoned all the way around. All the way around. Hey, if you don't have fresh ground pepper, then you can use regular pepper, but this is gonna give you the best results of your seasoning. See, I got seasoning everywhere. Okay, so we're gonna use a meat probe thermometer. I've got a ThermoPro. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but we're just gonna take this probe and we're gonna stick it into the center of our meat, okay? So about right there. If you have a bone, just make sure you're not touching the bone, okay? Now, we've got our oven set to 250, all right? I'm gonna set our meat onto this wire rack, and we're gonna get it up to set your temperature to about 115 degrees if you wanna get it to medium rare, okay? So once you get it to 115, of course, we're gonna sear it then and get it up to about 130, 135 to get it medium rare. If you wanna get it medium, then you wanna set your meat thermometer when you put it into the oven to about maybe 120, 125 degrees, so that when you sear your steak, you can get it up to the desired temp to have it at medium. Okay guys, so we're gonna stick this in the oven and then get it to 115, and then we're gonna take it out and I'll show you how to sear it. All right, here is our steak at 115 degrees, and as you can see, it is not a pretty sight. This is how it looks right now, guys. It's not gonna stay like this. So at 115 degrees, we are ready to put this into our cast iron skillet. I verified the temperature with this. So once I took it out of the oven, it said 115 on the temperature probe. I took an instant read thermometer and checked it just to verify it, and it was at 115 degrees. So the next step, we're going to get it into our cast iron skillet and cook it to the desired temperature, which is going to be medium rare, maybe slightly over to medium, because I'm not going to be eating this by myself. We're going to be sharing it. Okay, stay tuned. All right, so we've got our cast iron skillet, and we're going to use some beef tallow today. Normally I would use butter for this, but we got some beef tallow. We're going to take this and put it in our skillet. Get it nice and hot. I've also got 2 garlic cloves. We're going to cook this in the skillet as well. Give it some extra flavor. Make sure your skillet is really hot, guys. All right, so you can see here I've got my garlic cloves in here, and the aroma from this is, man, really good. So this is just to give it some extra flavor, guys. All right, so it's been cooking on one side for a few minutes now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tongs and we're going to flip it over. As you can see, we got a nice, good color on there, good sear. Let's see where our instant read thermometer has us at. So the steak is at about 125 right now. So we've still got about 10 more degrees to go. All right, so you can see we got a nice, good sear on that side and on the other side. So what you also want to make sure you do, guys, is you want to get the edges of it, okay? So we're going to get those edges seared as well. All right, our steak has rested for just a few minutes, so we're going to get right into it, guys. Our temperature was right at about 135, 136. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove this bone. Okay, let's just cut around there. All right, get that bone out of the way. Now we're just going to start slicing our steak. Now what I want you to see is how this is cooked. All right. See how there is no separation from here, in between here, like there normally is when you see a steak that's cooked medium rare. It goes from surface all the way to the bottom of the surface, guys. This is by far the best way to cook a steak, being that you're gonna get an even cook. You have more control over it when you're cooking it, even though it takes longer, but the process makes it a lot easier for you, and you just have so much more control with your cook. All the way down through the center. That is a beautiful thing. So I'm going to continue to slice this up, And you know what's going down, folks? We're getting ready to try this out for science. You know I'm eating this. It's going down. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so that is the end of our cook today. And now we're at the favorite part, my favorite part of the show, where we taste the food for science. So let me just give you another little snapshot of what this looks like. Yummy. One of my favorite dishes to eat outside of sushi is a medium rare steak, especially one that's cooked to perfection. So as I said before, cooking using the reverse searing method gives you more time. It gives you a little bit more leniency, so you don't mess up the steak. Okay, and as long as you've got a temperature probe and you can keep checking where your temperature is at, you almost can't go wrong. It's almost a foolproof way of cooking your steak. So, with that being said, for science, there's something about a ribeye. Just the right amount of fat, juicy, and all you need is salt and pepper on any good steak. Okay, people, I don't know what else to say. I think we're just about done. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Hey, do you like your steak? Rare, medium? If you like it well done, you might as well cook a rock. So guys, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you. Until the next video, make sure to hate, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We'll see you soon. This is Big Mike signing out with BZ Cooks.